everybody doing? I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to give you a few notes, but I want to spend most of the time talking about Facebook groups. And I learned a lot this weekend. Really got a huge privilege to be able to spend time with Marina Simone. And if many of you don't know her, she's with another company, but she's doing a lot of social media training. And she has been extremely, extremely successful. So, she's got multiple companies where, she's making over $1 million with those companies. So really successful on social media. And so, that's the thing that Bobby and I wanted to learn the most about. And one of the things that we've done half-heartedly is Facebook groups. So I'm going to spend a little time on that and really go back to the basics to hope that everybody understands it. But, I first want to make sure August 21st, you're all registered for the LBAs that we have. They're in different areas, whether it be Bethesda, Denver. Salt Lake is virtual and also in person. Orlando, Austin, Phoenix, Helena, Montana, which I don't think we have anybody there in Sioux Falls. So anyway, so make sure, I can't tell you the value of being in person, having been here in Orlando, and then, just getting to spend, really 3 days with these ladies was just, and remember, to be in that room, you had to be at least a 6-figure earner, although I would say most of them were 7-figure earners. So just a huge group to be able to hang with. And, that was just so exciting. But, I want you to realize what we have our hands on. And so, when people say they don't have any leads, I mean, we're missing out either, whether we're using Facebook, whether we're using our phone contact list. I've kept lists from when my kids played on soccer teams, any tennis teams I've been on. Well, all right, I'll talk about using Instagram going forward, but we're talking about Facebook groups. And so the thing with Instagram is, and any questions, definitely put them in the chat there, especially as I switch over to the next page. Instagram does not have groups. Until somebody figures out how to do groups off of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, none of them have groups. And so this is the value of these groups. And these girls are making big money out of Facebook groups. So when you realize how easy it is, I mean, you can literally have a business from anywhere. I mean, you can do it at home whenever you want. You can do it, at the beach, like Bobby and I like to do it. You can do it while traveling. There are no limits, 24/7. So there's so much to this that we need to take advantage of, because it's amazing what's going on. So I'm going to kind of go to the do's and don'ts of that. I'll switch my screen in a minute. The other thing I want you to remember too is October. We're about 65 days out from our global. And again, going back to this weekend, I could have bought a ticket and I could have watched online. I mean, I easily could have just said, I'm not going to travel. I'm going to stay home. I learned as much, if not more, in the evening, during lunch, during breaks, as I did, just from the presenters from the front of the room. So much value in being able to ask all those questions. So again, if you have not, purchased your global ticket, and I'm going to tell you, I'm put a hard pressed to make sure that, you go in person, because I think it's that important that everyone go. And like I said, we're 65 days out. Last note of housekeeping, Tara Wilson on the Official LifeVantage Facebook page. So go to Facebook, Official LifeVantage is doing a training on some new packs that we have, and I'm going to let her talk about all that, but that's what's going on there. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to bring up my Facebook. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right, and I am hoping you can all see that. Let me make it a full screen. All right. Sure, what can't see it. Window. So, okay, hopefully that brings it full forward. Okay, that's good. Okay, I can't see the questions now, so maybe if you do have a question, just yeah, I can't see them. So maybe hold them to the end, and I'll go ahead and answer the questions. So a few things that are so important with using a Facebook group. After you've had a conversation, and I do mean after you've had a conversation, you cannot just go down your friend list and invite everybody into the group. I know you physically can do it, but I'm going to tell you it's absolutely of no value. You can go ahead and invite everybody on your friends list. One, they probably won't see the notification. Two, if they see the notification, they won't know what it's for. It really is. Bobby, can you send Loopy the ID number if you're listening? Okay, so anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so you cannot go down your list and just go ahead and invite everybody into the Facebook group. It's of no value. The whole idea behind using a Facebook group is this is our community. This is what puts, instead of going to a meeting and having somebody be able to talk to a lot of people, this is what we call our social proof. This is where they get to see from everyone the comments, the testimonies, and there's some things in this group I'm going to go over that we haven't been doing yet. And I got to tell you, a lot of it is because of inactivity. You know, I've tried running some contests in here. We haven't had a lot of activity. This group can be so good, especially given the science behind our product. This group can be so good, and you get so many more customers that ultimately become distributors if we all start to participate in this group. And it takes all of us, because it's a community. It's not just, you know, it's not just me, it's not just you, it's everybody working together to share that social proof. So how do you get started with this whole group? You can see right up across the top here, it says facebookgroup.com/groups/Team Unity Wins. That is the group, like, website, if you want to call it, or the domain name. So if I want to share this with somebody, I'm literally going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to send it to them. And when I do that, up comes a little picture that literally says Lifespan Matters. Now, nobody knows what Lifespan Matter is. Nobody knows what this community is. So that's why I use this as, I've had a conversation with somebody, and it doesn't matter if it's been on, you know, in person. Doesn't matter if it's been, you know, at the beach. It doesn't matter if it's been on Facebook. I like to use it a lot on Facebook. And that's why I say it's easier if you're talking to people on Facebook, because from Instagram or one of the other platforms, you now have to bring them over. I think there's going to be a big switch back to Facebook. And I don't know this officially, but I do know that they talked about this weekend, Facebook wanting to do short, quick videos, just like TikTok, just like Instagram. So, you know, that could be a game changer. I think their room thing did not work out as they had wanted it to, but I think where people are these days, it's that short extension span where they want to just, you know, watch things for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, no more. So again, this is the, you know, domain name, the website, whatever you want to call it. That's what your copy and paste should be to get anybody to this site. So I can have a conversation with somebody, I get them to come to the site, and this is what they'll see. And then it will ask them right here where it says joined, it'll ask them if they want to join. Okay, so they have to answer, I think it's like 2 questions, who referred them, and then I'll talk to you about that. And that's mostly the main thing we want to do, because when somebody comes in and they write a comment, let's see who wrote a comment somewhere. My computer may be a little slow because of all the windows we have open. Let's say, you know, this person wrote a comment there and we didn't know whose it was. When we go back, you can see, when we go back to the members, we can see who actually invited that person. So it's a big help a lot of times when somebody makes a comment there. One, anybody in the community can help answer that comment, nothing wrong there. But also give the person who made the comment, you know, here, like if this was, you know, we didn't know who this was and Jaya made a comment, then we can let Jaya know that her person made a comment. So it's really on the up and up, and it really makes sense for all of us to work together. I can't tell you how many customers I've gotten out of this group, people that I've forgotten about, had a conversation, sent the ABC video, went back and forth, followed up. And after I finally got a no, I said, well, that's fine. That's great. I realize it's not for you at this time, but do you mind if I put you in my community so I can continue to give you more information about our product? Now, this is super valuable because our product is a little sciencey, and it takes some dripping on people sometimes for them to realize the full value of the product. I've actually had doctors that have gotten involved with us who really, again, they don't understand the value of oxidative stress. Yes, they know what oxidative stress is, but maybe they don't realize how many things, reducing that oxidative stress can help with. So being in this group, and I think, all right, Stigma, you can see there are a lot of different testimonies in here. So if you want to share this with somebody, you just go to the Finder here, and then I'm just going to type in maybe NRF2, since that's our first product, and I hit that, and up will come all the studies on NRF2 anytime it's been mentioned in an article. You can see all this here. It's a little slow, my computer, but so that's how to find the search. And then we're going to use something called ATM, or add tag message. And this is what I really want to go over, because this is the basis for how this gets used. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, and we're going to start at the very beginning on how to add a person. So I've sent them this link. Please write this down. Please know it. You can go to Lifespan yourself. This is so, so important that you send them to the right group. You have to be friends with somebody to invite them to the group. They have to be your Facebook friend, your Facebook contact. So if I'm out talking to somebody and I meet somebody at the beach and we get into a conversation, I've collected maybe their telephone number, their email, but I'll also ask them some point during the conversation if they're on Facebook. And generally they say yes. Even if they're not active, they're on Facebook, they have a Facebook site, you can put them at ease. They don't have to know that they're active on it or whatever. And then great, I have a community I'd like to add you to. So they're going to come here, they're going to join our group. Okay, now you can go here where it says more, you can bring it down and it says members. So if you can't find somebody or you're not sure, you click on the members, there'll be a finder bar there, and you put their name in, and it'll tell you if they're a member. It'll tell you if an invite was sent out and it wasn't accepted. So it gives you some options there to figure out if your person accepted the invite. In order for them to, let me see if I can minimize this. There's something here called notifications, which is kind of behind. Let's see. Okay, so there's notifications here. If a person is not sure, they'll get an email. But if they're not sure about where to find the invite that you sent, and that's why I said it's very tricky. Most people don't really, unless they're marketing on Facebook, don't spend a lot of time looking at their notifications. They either get an email or they see it on the wall or they see it in stories. And so they'll go to notifications and it will tell them that they've been invited to this group and been accepted. Now, there's a bunch of us that are what we call admins, a bunch of us that are, working this group. So, the person will get accepted, and Bobby's on his computer like all the time. So they'll get accepted into this group super, super fast. So that's how we add. And just make a note if I wasn't clear on that, just let me know. That's how somebody gets added into the group. So then we talk about tagging them in a message. So we find a video or something. This is just the welcome video, whatever. We find a video that we like, or, whatever it might be. And we're going to just add, I'm going to use my son's name, has to be a capital. Okay. It has to be a capital. You'll see as I type his name in, it pops up. Okay. If it does not pop up, that's either because they weren't added to the group, you weren't friends with them, something went wrong. And so really what you should do is, let me just back out of this. Okay, you can see again, I'm just going to do this one more time because this is so important. This is where a lot of people get lost. And I know this is super basic, but if we master Facebook groups our business can literally explode. And it's the type of thing that you'll add people today, you'll add people, and then all of a sudden, 6 months later, they just, all of a sudden you've got orders that you didn't know, or people reached out and asked you. So again, it's a capital, and just start typing the person's name in, and up will come their name. And now you click on it, it is highlighted. Another important fact that you've been successful in getting that person tagged. This is the tag part. And so, and then I'm going to put message. So I'm going to say, you know, Chad, check this out. Okay. And it really is that simple. And then, like everything else on Facebook, I'm just going to go ahead and send it. Okay. So a capital letter on the name, and also it needs to be a blue highlight. So I hope that was super clear. As you add these people and they make comments or whatever, or they need to hear from, and that's really, you look at some of these, look at all the great comments, and that's how we can make our community that much better. And I'll go back to, I'm going to add some more lifestyle posts in there, which I've been able to, which I should be doing, and we'll do some more contests and stuff. But none of it works unless we get the activity up, everybody commenting. Right now, we have about 2,500 people in this group. I think we're like 2 short of 2,500. So, so it's a fairly good group, but only, and I wrote it down, only about a little less than 1,000 people, because you can go and you can see all the engagement and the growth of the group and stuff. And we've been adding people. But we add people and they don't see stuff, only about 1,000 of that group. So there's 1,500 that are missing things because we have not been messaging people, keeping, you know, lots of stories coming in here, keeping lots of activity. The more activity we keep in this group, the more Facebook shows of this group to people. And really, you know, I was told, and we're not doing that bad, but I was told it should at least be about 50%. So, you know, we can do a better job of, you know, go back to some of the people that you've put in. You know, you can go down to the member part here, and you can see who you've added. Have a conversation with them, ask them if they're loving the group. And then, you know, just, you know, tag them in something that you talked about. You can see who was added by who. It's super, super easy to see who was added, so that they can just, you just go back and have a conversation with them and bring them up to date on what's going on with the company and how we've improved and how we're growing, and, you know, how we have global shipping now. And we're, you know, we've got so much going on for us. But if we don't do our job and have these conversations with people, you know, it's just, it's not good. This could be big, and it is big in a lot of other groups. So I just want to, I wonder if I can just minimize this. I just want to see if we've got, all right, let's see if we have any questions that you want me to answer. Oh, where do we go? We're not doing that. All right, I just wanted to, well, I blew that part. Let's see. All right, I'll stop the share, bring it back. Any questions other than Instagram or anything that I wasn't clear on how to add people to this group? And like I said, I want to do more with, you know, having some contests in here and giving what they call more value information. So you may see posts in here that aren't directly related to our product, but, you know, they do water challenges, they do walking challenges, and that creates engagement for other people in the group. So again, I just want us to start using a lot more. If you don't know how to, if you don't know how to, if you don't know how to add, or there's anything that wasn't clear, just reach out to us. If you don't want to type something in there, this is so, so important for people to realize how much activity. You can get a lot of customers. I've gotten a lot of customers from people that I forget about. And I got to tell you, you know, you're actually in my office. I don't know how I should, well, actually here, can you show me? Yeah. You can see my boards with people. And this is just July. So you can see my boards. There's, you know, I've been able to add customers and customers, you know, just based on having conversations on Facebook, going back to past friends, you know, people that I play tennis with. It's an easy way to drip. You can literally work this business 24/7. You can fit this in with your schedule. what if we all made a goal, maybe to just be able to either invite 5 new people or tag 5 new people in the group. Either go back to some of your old people that you've been talking to, but really, like I said, I think everybody's got lots of friends and stuff. By the time you do Facebook, you go back to previous contacts that you've met either from school or whatever it is. But we can do a much better job. And like I said, when I saw like when they would run a sale or something would go on, these girls would do $50,000, $100,000 in their Facebook group based on everybody getting in there and tagging everybody and just letting everybody know what's going on. Like if we drop a special in there and something goes on, and let's say, like the company's done before, they're going to do, and this is just totally hypothetical, they're not doing this. Let's say they're going to run an NRF2 Axio package together, and they're going to do it at a reduced price for Energy Week or so. I'm just making this stuff up. Wouldn't it be so much easier for everyone just to be able to, have messages with people and bring them back to the group and let them see what's going on? Because again, there's so much value in numbers, and this is such an easy thing we can do. We can do this 24/7. So even if you're working all day, you certainly can add 5 people to the group a day. You can message 5 people, you can follow up with 5 people. Our business has gotten so easy, and the only reason we don't have success is because we're just not doing the work. I mean, the app is there now, we've seen it. Those that were doing the app correctly, having a conversation, again, there's no shortcut. You can't just add everybody into the group or think you went down and invite. But we can tell, I get the emails and then I'll see like, so-and-so, and each email is an invite. So if I get emails from the person that invited somebody into the group and there's, 10 invites within them in the matter of a minute, I know they didn't have a conversation with all those people. I mean, there's no shortcuts. This is a relationship business. And if you're having a conversation with somebody, you're really sharing for their good, helping them out, whatever their need or want is, throwing them in the group, letting the group work, provided we are all working in the group. It can be just amazing. So thanks, Marge. Appreciate that. So yeah, it is an extremely important tool. It is very well tried and true. Many companies have built huge, they'll have groups easily of 50,000 or more. I mean, it's just huge. And their problem is they have too many people in the group. And so somebody will put up a post and, there'll be 250 comments on it, which, to me isn't a bad thing, but I guess somebody's got to monitor all that after a while. But, I hope we have that problem one day because we'll all be doing a lot of business. So, all right. So just a little bit over. If there's any questions or anything I wasn't explicit or good at training you, just call me up. If you didn't understand it, I'd love for you to be able to understand how simple this is and how after you have a conversation, you just throw them in the group. You can forget about them. Again, like the app, let some of this technology do the follow-up for you. We're all so busy. No reason for anything to fall through the cracks. We'll let technology do the training for us. The follow-up for us. So, all right, guys, I hope you all having a good evening. You know where to get Bobby and I, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.